This is a video documenting a fix for a window in a 2016 Winnebago Era on a Mercedes Sprinter chassis. My wife and I have owned this for about 6 months now, and this was a problem that we were quite frustrated with because there was really no clear information on the internet as to how to fix these windows, which are actually quite common on not just the Winnebago Era vehicles, but throughout the RV industry. These windows are made by SEGI, which I believe the parts are actually made in Mexico, but I found that they are easily obtainable through Winnebago. But the lead and lag time on getting these parts can be as long as 8 weeks if you go through some dealerships. I recommend Winnebago parts online. They were easily able to find the exact piece I need, quote me a price, and get it to me in 3 days. So the way these windows operate is to crank them out like this. And I believe one of my kids maybe over torqued the crank and stripped it so that I wasn't able to get it to stay closed and remain closed, which required me to duct tape a window closed on a recent trip. And I was able to get the duct tape residue off with WD-40, which is another very helpful hack that I was able to find on the internet. But you can see this window, I've removed the torque unit, which is right up under there, and it's just a square, and that's what I will be replacing shortly. This is the handle which plugs into the torque unit, and the handle wasn't stripped. It was actually inside the torque unit the problem existed. And my hope is that this will fit right in and fix the problem. I actually ordered another torque unit just in case this happened again with 4 kids. Operating these windows frequently, I figured it might not be a single time occurrence. So let me come around outside in just a moment, but I also wanted to show you the bar that goes through the torque unit, and that's actually what closes and opens the window. To actually get this bar out, you have to take out a screw, which is right here on the outside. So you have to approach it from the outside. And then you have to ever so slightly bend this aluminum bar, which is not hard to do, to snap the window out from right up there where it is just pushed in without any kind of fastener to a little hinge there that rotates. And you can remove the bar and this whole piece right here simply by coming out and taking this off, which detaches the window, and then bend the bar slightly, which then allows you to take the torque, the square torque unit out, which is made much easier by removing these 4 screws up here. So in total, you should be removing 6 screws. These 4 plus the 2 on the edges out here, which I'll walk around and show you. So really not a major amount of work to remove this window. Of note, the entire glass does detach from a little flange up here, and you can just pull this all the way up because it's not attached. Now it freely rotates. This one, as you can see, is stuck. But you can now look up there and see the screw I just mentioned earlier that you can remove. Of course, this side's already removed as I get ready to install that new torque system. So again, this window is easily removable through a little flange that fits up there, and then as long as you put it in the right groove and push up with a little bit of force, I actually had to bang mine, the entire window can be replaced in that manner. And again, I used WinnebagoParts.com. I've had a great customer satisfaction experience with them, and I have absolutely nothing to do with this company whatsoever. So I would recommend parts from them. They were quite knowledgeable. In here, you can still see a little bit of WD-40 residue from getting off the duct tape that I had on for several months as we were out traveling. So here is the torque bar, which you may, or the aluminum bar that I mentioned is slightly bent, so that allowed me to get the parts in and out. And then I've saved these pieces here, which is clearly very important. I hope I still have 6 screws. This is the torque unit, which I will be replacing shortly. This is the bad one. This part is not stripped. It's the inside that appears to have the damage done. Here's the handle, which you can take a screw out and put right back in, and that should be that little screw right there. Here's these 2 little edge pieces right here that the torque bar fits into. These are the screws that fit onto the window. And here are the 4 screws I showed you inside that take off the torque unit. And these are the 2 screws that allow you to remove the torque bar itself on the outside. So that is the 7th screw. So before anyone comments, that's a total of 7 screws that you will take out during this process. And I will catch back up with you just here in a little bit. Now, as I've slid back in the torque operator with the bar attaching to these 2 pieces shown earlier, and now I have to go and attach the outside screws here with the torque operator turned in the appropriate all out extended position so it retracts back appropriately. And this job should be done. One small little kink that I was able to remedy. These 4 screws required me to very slightly drill out in the holes in the torque operator, and I was then able to screw it down and rethread those holes without any difficulty and use the original screws. But we have a working window that functions just like it should. This has been a solution to what was an intractable problem for me just because there was no information on the internet about it, which prompted me to make this video. If you like it, please click on the like button, and you have a great day.